Hey everyone, my name's Maria with Maria's Homestead, and we've been raising 20 Cornish Cross hens for meat processing, and today we are going to process those and get them all ready to put in our freezer. We do go ahead and bag them. We bag half of them. The other half I process to make boneless breast, wings, and drumsticks. And I didn't video that this time, but I will next time. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer them. I hope you guys enjoy this and learn a little something. Disclaimer, this is taking live birds and getting them freezer ready, so if that's something that you're not interested in, you may not want to continue watching. But in our home, we like to know that our birds are loved and what they've eaten and that they've had a healthy, happy life. We're grateful for them and we appreciate that. If you like this kind of content, please go ahead and like and subscribe, and we appreciate you guys being here for our first video. It's chicken processing day and we're getting all set up. We have our black gloves that we got from the TikTok shop. They've come in so handy today. I'll link them for you down below. I have my bucket for the innards. Of course, we use the Clorox. We have extra buckets everywhere, and our cooler filled with ice. We use the Gerber plucker to help us get our feathers off. And then we just have our turkey fryer that we heat up the water with, and we have a thermometer here that tells us how hot the water is so that we're ready to go. And then we put a little bit of Dawn dish soap just to help the feathers slip off just a little bit easier. And here we have our cone set up. We use one side for our chickens, and then we have to use the bucket for our turkeys, which we're not doing any of those today. Here is our Cornish Cross that we're about to put in the cone. We're going to let them bleed out. It usually just takes a couple minutes, and then we're going to drop them down in the scalder. You want to let your temperature get up to 150 degrees. Keep plenty of ice down in our bucket just so that whenever it's time to put the chickens down here, they can stay nice and cool, because they do need to rest for a couple of days before you put them in your freezer. Also, I keep a bucket beside of my chair that's just for whenever all of the parts that we're not going to keep. And I have a bowl that I put all of the things that I am going to keep, because some things we keep to feed to our dogs. The liver, kidneys, gizzards, and the necks, and sometimes the feet. Now we're going to drop them down in the hot water. That just helps their feathers release. We leave them down in there for about 30 seconds. And then we're going to bring them over to the plucker. So keep going. Yep. That's how they look when they come out. So I go ahead and pluck out the rest of the feathers that are in here. Don't worry about the butt feathers though, because we're going to cut that part off. Now I'm going to cut the feet off. You just find the spot on the back, cut it right there on the front, cut all the way around. Have you a good nice sharp knife. I got this on Amazon and I will link it down below. Same thing on the other side. Then you're going to take and pinch with your two fingers right here and pull the skin back, and you're just going to make a cut right there. Then I take my hands and I just open it wider so that my hand can fit in there. And then you're just going to reach in, and in one nice scoop, you're just going to start pulling all of those things out. Make sure you get it good and
the liver
open there, because you want it. And you just start kind of cupping with your hand. Oh, I forgot to do that part. You do want to make sure that 24 hours you take all food and water from them. It makes this a lot cleaner. I'm going to grab a hold of those little... I think this one was a boy. Alright, and then the parts that I keep.
What is it?
That's the heart, I think. Yep, this is the heart. This is the... And this part right here, you want to make sure that you do not bust that in any way. So I just take my knife and I kind of cut into and plop that down in the bucket. And then of course, this is your gizzard. And that's what your gizzard looks like. And if you want to keep your gizzard, you just cut that in half. And you want to get rid of all of those rocks and things. This is how they clean all of their food. And then I just take all this gross stuff and put... Alright, then you're just going to take your knife and you're going to cut down at an angle because we're going to cut its butt off. Its tail, whatever you want to call it. And we throw that away. You want to dig down in there and get the lungs. I throw these away. And the lungs are just on either side. There's two of them, of course, just like us. And then you're going to take your fingers and pull out this part. It just attaches to the crop. And this is the crop. The crop is what they use to get the rocks up into to help process their food. And then you're just going to cut off the neck and the wingtips. And then you're just going to rinse once you cut off the tips of the wings. And you don't have to do this part. I just do this because we're not going to eat them and I can put it in with the dog food. Once you do that, you're just going to rinse off your chicken and put it in the ice. And we do all of ours into the cooler until we are ready just to do all of the bags all at once. And once you get it rinsed off, it's going to look a lot nicer. But this is what a Cornish cross looks like, all nice and dressed. Looks like all nice and cleaned up. We're going to put her in the cooler. This is what the finished product looks like. Aren't they gorgeous? We have 10 in the bag. This is the innards and the feet. We have 9 here that we're going to part out, and we're all finished. Thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, please leave them down below. I do have an Instagram and a TikTok. I'll have those linked in my page if you want to go check out more of our content. I'll see y'all real soon.